Hello, happy Halloween. How's everybody doing today on this Halloween night? I thought I would jump on here just for a second. Hello to all my posse. I love you all. But I have to tell you that this probably just happened to me maybe about 45 minutes ago. So, being Halloween, I thought I'd just come on here really quick and tell you. You've all seen my video on my spirit of my mom and her scent, and if you haven't, go back and check it out. But today, it was crazy because I was upstairs and I was cleaning with my husband, and something just at that moment possessed me to go down the basement and look for a wig head because I was going to clean out my closet when I was done helping him. And so I just stopped what I was doing and ran down the basement. But let me back up for a minute. First of all, let me tell you a story first that led up to this. So many years ago, when my mom and dad were first married, my dad bought my mother a Bulova gold watch, and my mom loved it, and it was a gift from my dad, and she had it for a long time. And through the years, you know, it stopped working, and then it got lost somehow. Whether it dropped off her wrist, she doesn't remember, she didn't know. Anyway, it was missing. So I was probably about maybe 5 years old, and I was outside and I was digging in the yard and dirt, and all of a sudden I pulled up this gold band, and I ran inside and I said, "Look what I found in the dirt." And my mom started to cry. She goes, "Oh my gosh, that's my Bulova, that's my watch that your dad bought me. Where'd you find it?" I go, "I don't know, it was just outside in the front of the house. I was digging and I found it." She went, "Oh my gosh." So she was so happy that the gold watch came back to her after being missing for probably, I don't know, years, you know. And so my dad took it and he had it all fixed and cleaned and that, and she, you know, wore it again. And through the years, you know, it was just kind of like part of her jewelry collection. And, you know, then, you know, she stopped wearing it, and nobody really thought about it anymore, and it stayed in her jewelry box. And then when they were approaching their 50th wedding anniversary, my dad found it in her jewelry box, and he had said to me, "Well, what do you think if I have this gold watch refixed for your mom?" And I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Oh, how sentimental, that would be awesome." So he said, "Yeah, I think I'm going to do that for our 50th wedding anniversary." So out came the Bulova watch. Daddy took it and had it all redone, re-cleaned, had a new face put on it, had some diamonds added to where there weren't any, or they were broke or whatever. And so he gave it to my mom for her 50th wedding anniversary, which was beautiful, sentimental. Of course, it was around for, you know, 50 years. So she kept it, and she wore it. And then through the years after that, we just never thought about the watch anymore. So my dad passed first, and then my mom passed away, I think 2002 she passed. And we cleaned out her apartment, and, you know, me and my sister took some stuff, some stuff we donated, and never thought about the watch anymore, just never gave it a thought. So from that point, I came today, and I ran down the basement, and I just suddenly had to go down the basement. And my husband was like, "Can't it wait till we're done with this?" I go, "No, I want to think, well, I'm thinking of it now, because, you know, if I don't do things right away at this point in my life, sometimes, you know, I forget what I'm doing." But so I went down the basement, and I had my bare feet, and I stepped on something. And I thought, "What is this?" So I went, "Ouch." I bent down, and on the floor of my basement that my grandkids play all the time with their friends, I stepped on. That's right. My mother's gold diamond Bulova watch. I came running up the steps. I said to my husband, he goes, "What's the matter with you? You look like you saw a ghost." And I'm like, "Well, I think I just did." And as I was going down the basement, I could smell that scent, that cologne again, which was crazy. And I had said to my husband going down the steps, I go, "I think my mom's here. Maybe she saw my video, ha ha ha." And he's like, "Oh, brother." So ran down the basement. Lo and behold, I have not seen, and I always thought my sister had it. I don't ever remember. And we've moved, this is like 2002. We've probably moved, my husband and I, maybe 4 or 5 times since then. I never remember packing this watch. And the fact that it was on the basement floor by a bunch of boxes that I was going down to look for my wig head, there it was. So now I have, after all these years, my mother's Bulova watch that my dad redid for her at her 50th wedding anniversary. So I'm assuming that this watch is probably 100 years old. I would assume. Gone an awful long time. And for this watch to surface today on this Halloween day is quite phenomenal and kind of spiritually spooky. And it hurt my foot when I stepped on it, but thank God I didn't break it. So that's my Halloween story today. So for those of you who believe, and I know you do, there's one for you, Patty. So happy Halloween to everybody, and walk carefully, and you never know what you're going to step on. Ooh, love you guys. See you next time.